Nothing said in this video is financial advice. Hello everybody and welcome to the Investment Hunter channel. This is my second video, made it video number 2, which is excellent. Thought I'd break out possibly at number 1, but no, we're still at it. So today I'm going to talk to you a bit more about the Rolls Royce share prices and why I find Rolls Royce a really good investment at the moment. Looking a bit more on the in-depth technical analysis side and a little bit more in-depth on the fundamental side. You can see on the screen here that I've got the Rolls Royce website actually on the screen. So one of the things that I need to do is to assess a business and where it's going forward in the future, and all the things that it's trying to do, especially at these times during this international pandemic. And is the business actually doing something to get back to where it needs to be? And I thought one of the good places to start is actually on the press releases page and see what Rolls-Royce is currently up to in its own words. And actually when you go through, there's actually a very comprehensive list of business activities that Rolls-Royce are currently doing. We've got current activities going right from the 20th of April 2021 right the way back in time. We could load back further if we wanted to, but that takes up until the 16th of March. But just cherry picking from these, I'll go through a few with you just to help you understand why I think from a business perspective Rolls-Royce is actually a good share purchase at the moment. So we can take a look at this one here where it says Rolls-Royce and DHL Express signed total care agreement for A330 engines. Let's have a look and see what this is all about. So here we go. Rolls-Royce and DHL Express signed total care agreement for A330 engines. I won't read all of this, but I'll just cherry pick the main pieces of information I think that are relevant, and it's normally within the first paragraph or two, to be fair. So today, on the 20th of April, Rolls-Royce and DHL Express have announced they have both signed a total care agreement for the Trent 700 engines that currently power the 8 Airbus A330 freighter aircraft of the worldwide operating logistics company. The agreement will also cover any Trent 700 engines that are added to the DHL fleet in the future. Quite a nice picture there actually of a DHL Express A330 airplane there. Well, looks the part, doing what's meant to be doing up in the sky, getting our parcels where they need to be. The total care service not only provides world-class support in our airline customers but also to our cargo carriers. The total care offers more than just an engine maintenance plan. It is a service concept based upon predictability and reliability. The agreement will give DHL a secured cost of operating and maintaining their Trent 700 engines through a $1 per flying hour payment mechanism. They will also deliver enhanced aircraft availability thanks to our in-depth engine knowledge and draws on our advanced engine health monitoring and on the 62 million flying hours the Trent 700 has accumulated over more than 25 years of operation. The total care agreement will ensure the continuity of aftermarket support at the lowest possible maintenance cost for the DHL fleet for decades into the future. So that sounds like a quite good piece of news there between DHL and Rolls-Royce, that regardless of the current climate with regards to the international pandemic, that Rolls-Royce are reaching out and actually still able to secure contracts like these with big companies like DHL, and specifying there that they'll be able to provide low-cost maintenance for DHL for decades into the future. So that gives you an idea of the kind of time frame that Rolls-Royce should be having this contract for. 10 years, 20 years in the future. That's quite positive. Very positive. Let's close that one off and see if we can take a look at another one. Rolls-Royce reaches agreement to design, manufacture propellers for US Navy Constellation, the FFG-62 frigates. What's all that about? Rolls-Royce reaches agreement to design, manufacture propellers for US Navy's Constellation FFG-62 frigates. This is back on the 27th of April 2021. Rolls-Royce has reached agreement with, I'm going to butcher this so I can see it coming, Fincantieri Maritime Marine to design and manufacture up to 40 fixed pitch propellers for the US Navy's Constellation class FFG-62 guided missile freight program. Fincantieri was awarded the shipbuilding contract from the US Department of Defense, the DoD, in April 2020 to design and build the first FFG 62 class frigate. The program of record is for a total of 20 ships, with the first to be delivered in the US in 2026. Neil Picard, SVP of Land and Sea Business Development and Future Programs, said, "We're excited to join Fincantieri on the US Navy newest frigate program. We've been strong international partners for many years and will work together in the US for the first time to deliver world-class American-made products for our military." The first set of propellers, 2 per ship, and there's 20 ships, so we've got 40 propellers that we manufactured, is scheduled to be delivered to Fincantieri in 2023. The propellers we manufactured in Rolls Royce recently upgraded Pascagoula, Mississippi foundry, and will be some of the first work to utilize the newly installed state-of-the-art equipment and renovated facility funded through investments from the DoD, Rolls Royce, Jackson County, in the state of Mississippi. More good news there for Rolls Royce, getting deals with the US Navy. Let's pick one more. There's another one there. Here we go. Rolls-Royce delivers 16-cylinder version of the MTU Series 8000 for the first time. This is back on 1st of April 2021 as well. Right, so Rolls-Royce has delivered the first 16-cylinder engines of the successful MTU Series 8000. The Taiwanese shipyard CSBC Corporation will install the first 2 16V8000 M71L engines in new patrol facilities for the Taiwanese Coast Guard. 2 engines deliver 7,200 kilowatts of power. Each will accelerate the 1,000-ton class vessel to up to 24 knots. A total of 6 vessels of the class are to be built with the MTU engines, and the engines will be delivered by the end of 2022. Rolls-Royce has also already sold a further 20 engines of the new type to a second customer. The 16V engine thus continues the success story of the MTU Series 8000. With the output of up to 10,000 kilowatts, its big brother 20V 8000 has been the best-selling engine in its power class since the introduction around 20 years ago. So from my own point of view, looking at the Rolls-Royce website there and reading those press releases, and actually reading a few more of the press releases that are also available that I've actually read through, Rolls-Royce does actually have a plan. It has its customer base. It has future business in play. It is doing some of its own internal restructuring with regards to how it operates around the world. So, in these current climate and times of the international pandemic and airplanes not allowed to fly in the sky and all this kind of thing, or not as many at the very least, is a wonder the current share price is where it is at? No. Is that down to bad business operations from Rolls-Royce's point of view? No, the world virtually came to a stop. So I'll take that heavily into consideration when I think about Rolls-Royce as a business and where its actually future is headed. And with that said, we'll actually go back now over to the Rolls-Royce price charts, and we'll take a look at that one more time and just make some more decisions, maybe, or explain some of my decisions, should I say, to yourselves as to why I'm buying Rolls-Royce right now. So here we are looking at the Rolls-Royce price chart on the eToro Pro Charts page. If you would like to use the affiliate link in the description below to go and take a look at the eToro platform, by all means do so. If you just want to enter in eToro.com into your web browser to go and take a look at the eToro platform, you can. You do not have to use the affiliate link below. I'll not be offended whatsoever. And look at the Rolls-Royce here. Over the long term, we're going right the way back here to the late end of 2009, beginning of 2010, right the way through here to current time. You can see here that the price of Rolls-Royce at that previous low was 473, and we look actually at the price now right the way down here at the 104 mark. This in my eyes is a pure bargain, especially after reading actually the business information and some of the work that Rolls-Royce are currently doing in those press releases. It kind of puts perspective into my mind about where Rolls-Royce are and where they're heading for, and the projects and the plans that they have. and how that'll affect the share price going forward. You know, all of this was only because of an international pandemic. Fair enough, yes, we had these all-time highs and we came down, retraced up and fell back off. You know, whatever was happening on this time period here, I'll be honest, I don't honestly know. I wasn't actually looking at Rolls Royce at this time, or I don't think I was even investing back in this time. Not in the stock market side. This is my cryptocurrency era, which I'm still also a part of, by the way. Um, by the by, pandemic started coming towards China and around the world, and we had the big fall off. And unfortunately, Rolls Royce continued to fall off. Interestingly, however, if we take a quick horizontal line from this previous low, we can actually zoom in on that on the weekly time frame, and we can see actually on that day, on that week, sorry, the price actually did come down slightly wick below that all-time low price and actually recovered back above it. And then we had a little bit of a gap where the price continued to fall down further to the downside until we've started to make this sort of double bottom almost formation here. Could be a double bottom, possibly. Could just be a channel moving sideways, and just to let the market feel where it wants to take this price, whether it wants to take it higher or possibly even wants to take it lower. Who knows? If it takes it lower, that's great for me. Like I said before, I'm not about actually accumulating a certain number of shares in my mind and being happy with that number of shares. What I'm actually looking for is percentage gains. So if I pick up more shares under this price, great, and I'll just wait for that price to come down to whatever it may be. It might actually retest this 65. Was that 65? Yeah, that's 65, 69 price here, and wait for it to go back up again. And I'll just accumulate more as it comes down. You know, I haven't actually been accumulating all the way down here. These prices of the shares are actually quite high in relative terms to what they would be here now. So you know, I'm getting in at the very, very bottom. Even if this just tips down, wicks down at the bottom, and curves and comes back out, that's fine. I'm not buying expensive shares at this price. You know, expensive shares were at this price. Expensive shares were at this price. They're not expensive at this price. These are cheap. These are cheap to me. So given that we've got this great price entry area for Rolls Royce, and I've actually started to accumulate Rolls Royce in my portfolio here, I do have set in my mind 4 key areas of sales targets. At what points in time I'll be looking at starting cash out on those positions. First one being around this 618 price mark. The next one here at 1,100, my third one at 1,270. That's the first 3 bags. The last bag I'll be looking to sell in the price discovery range, going up over from that previous all-time high price here of the 1,275. If we put a Fibonacci tool on here, we can do a measure to see what a full extension could be. That's just surmising you actually believe what Fibonacci tools are all about, and oops. If you believe what Fibonacci tools are all about, with regards to areas of retracement and resistance, etc. I quite find them quite interesting, to be honest, and it also helps you give some kind of a projection. Not saying they're 100% accurate, but you never know, it gives you something to shoot for, especially if we've taken profit out already at these 3 levels here. Why not carry some to this full extension up into around the 2,000 pence mark? That will be my last bag to see if that'll ride all the way up. I will already taken profits down here, so if it breaks through the all-time high price, even if we hit this retracement level at 138 and it comes back down, if I'm feeling a bit fearful, some kind of bad news that's happening at that time, then you know what, I can still cash out and I'll be no worse off. I've already had 3 great profit percentages here from the bottom, and so that last one there is just all Yorkshire puddings and gravy, really. If we get the measurement tool for our percentage measures, just going off current prices to my 3 initial sales targets, we can see that the first position would give us a profit of 542%. The third sale position will take us to 1,040%. The third sale position would be 1,221%. So we've made a kiln, to be fair, buying right the way down here. Assume that it will get all the way to here. I'm fairly confident it will. I can't imagine anything so catastrophic happening to Rolls Royce in the long term once the pandemic's out the way. And everything after that, if we go right the way up to the 2000 mark, we would get approximately 1,993% on that fourth position. That would be probably the very top, and then I'd be out. I wouldn't probably let risk go any higher than that. I'd be more than happy with just shy of 2,000% profit on those positions. So that's my take now on Rolls Royce and the current stock price, what the Rolls Royce is, currently into, and what the activities they have as part of their business plans and customers around the world, all that kind of stuff. All sounds very positive as far as I can see. All we've got to do is get through this international pandemic and get the planes back in the sky and get business back to usual. I'm fairly confident, I should say, I'm not sure, but I'm confident that Rolls Royce will continue to progress in share price towards the upside. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and please leave any comments or thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I always appreciate that kind of feedback. It'll help me develop the channel further. Other than that, happy investment hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.